Sophie, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Really good. Excited, actually.
Glad to be in Glasgow.
Yeah, I love it here.
And you come back to see us fairly regularly.
Yeah, I come to Glasgow all the time, and I've had some really amazing gigs here.
You have a new album out.
Hannah is, my 7th album. I'm really proud of it, and it's poppy, but it's also probably my most personal album, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different sound for you, isn't it? And where did the inspiration come from?
I took a trip to Tokyo in February of 2020, little knowing that it would be my last foreign journey anywhere for a while. So that sort of set the tone, really, because it was this other place I'd never been to that I found extraordinary. I don't know if you've been to Japan, but I just loved it.
I'd love to go.
So that became the place I would go back to when I was songwriting, when I couldn't go anywhere.
Is performing always something that you were encouraged to do?
Music was the thing I absolutely adored from the get-go. And whilst my parents were also always really supportive, I don't think you can actually make your kids get into anything.
No.
I think all you can do is just give them loads of little seeds and then water the ones where the shoots come up and see like what you can grow from that. So I think as soon as I was into music, particularly my dad would take me to loads of gigs, play me loads of records. And then by the time I got to 16, I started singing in a band. I was like, this is it. This is everything I've been looking for. And I never really had a plan B after that, actually.
So you joined the band. It wasn't all plain sailing from there, though, was it?
No. Yeah, in fact, I signed my first record deal at 18 and was dropped by the time I was 20.
Wow.
So it was a bit of a brutal learning period of the highs and lows of the music industry. But I think it was so formative in terms of like what kind of artist I am, but also I think if you've never experienced the failure, then you can't really appreciate the good stuff.
Yeah. And when you look back at the likes of the Groovejet song, do you still feel proud when you see that? I think that was your
massively.
kind of big moment, I guess.
Groovejet for me, it represents more than just the commercial success that it had. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was mind-blowing, especially at 21, having thought everything was over. But the other thing Groovejet did for me that was really significant is before that, the band I was in was very much an indie band, and that was how I'd grown up. I was a Britpop fan, and I think I'd always thought I had to stick with that. And so when I got the chance to sing on this house track from Ibiza, it was like another world.
Kitchen disco. We can't not talk about that. What an amazing thing that was.
So special.
It kept us all going.
Well, thank you. And to be honest, mainly me, I think. I don't know what lockdown would have looked like for Richard and I if we hadn't had our kitchen discos to distract us and give us a lot of joy and fun. I genuinely don't know what the kids' memories are of all that, and I don't really even know what they think of what their dad and I do for a living. But
we have fun.
It's the only life we know.
And you've taken your role as a mother and brought it to life with your wonderful podcast, Spinning Plates. So
thanks.
It just sings to me as a fellow working mum.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's what it is, isn't it? Spinning plates. You're constantly juggling.
So I wanted to talk to other working women who are also raising a family, just to see how the dynamic works, how it's made them feel about their work, how it made them feel about themselves. And I suppose it started because it really affected how I felt about me.
Yeah. Anything left on this bucket list of yours?
I like just seeing what's around the corner. I've got a few things in store for next year, but there's also loads of gaps, loads of possibility for something new. The older I've got, the better I've got at just also really appreciating where I am now. Enjoying our summer night here in Glasgow, come on.